Welcome back to Food Truck Fridays. I'm Dan.
And I'm Bobby.
Bobby and I are traveling across the UP to try some really great food on some really interesting vehicles.
That's right. Today we're in downtown Ishpeming trying Gravedoni street eats.
Let's get to it. Tell me a little bit about how you guys got this all going. Where did it start? What's the history behind this?
Me and a buddy of mine, about 5 years ago, he was selling cookies over at Teal Lake for Pioneer Week. And it was something I'd always wanted to do. And I had talked to him, and the person he was doing it with the following year couldn't do it anymore. So I was like, hey, I'm your guy. So I jumped in, did it with him 1 year, and it was great. And from then on, I wanted to keep going with it. And I looked into this and just kind of went from there, created it that year. And the following year I had this, and he worked with me for a year, and now I've been going steady since.
So what is it like working with such an interesting dish and being a part of such a unique street vending community?
Making cookies is great. I love that it's such a local, historic food around here. I mean, it's really niche, really to just the Ishpeming and Negaunee area. Even you get into like Marquette or even further west, and you don't really come across it at all, or people don't even know what it is. So I like being like part of that community. And the vendor community is great too. We all kind of know each other, try and help each other out, root for each other. We don't try and like fight each other for customers or anything like that. We hope that everybody does well. We don't try and steal from each other or anything like that.
We also heard that your Kudagi won some recognition. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Just there was a Kudagi cook-off a couple weeks ago, and we won the People's Choice Award, the popular vote of all the people that were there. So that was kind of nice to actually get a little bit more legitimacy, that we do really make good Kudagi. I do all, I grind, spice, patty all the meat myself, make all the buns homemade. Really put a lot of effort into it, and it's good to finally get some credibility for the hard work that you put in.
What's all put into making kudagi?
It's traditionally, it's kind of a secret, but primary ingredients, ground pork, and then a lot of spices that aren't traditionally used in normal Italian sausage. It's a lot of sweeter spices you use in like baking cookies, for example. So it's kind of weird. You wouldn't look at the ingredients and think, oh, that makes kudagi. But yeah, pretty much just pork sausage, homemade Italian roll. Traditionally now people go with pizza sauce on it, but the original was mustard and onions, so you see a lot of old timers only do mustard and onions.
So what would you say is the best food option when buying from your stand?
Well, just a kudagi sandwich. The bread and butter. That's the go-to.
Reporting in Ishpeming for ABC 10 and the CW5, I'm Dan Callahan.
And I'm Bobby K. Stay tuned for the next installment of Food Truck Friday.